You already know who you are. And that peace that we're after lies somewhere beyond personality. Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world.
You have to understand, this next 5-year window is when you don't go practical and safe. This is not the time to get the job mom wanted you to. This is not the time to try to maximize as much money so you can buy a fat whip. This is the time to realize that you have a 5-year window, and it's 3 for some, it's 8 for others, but this is a 5-year window for you to attack the life that you want to win, not because it's the secret or because the world's so zen, because it's hard as shit out there.
I want you to work on your mind, get your mind right, all right? You going around here worry about if you got polo or sweet gear, if your shoe game tight, right? If you look good, man, listen to me. Don't worry about the external as much as you worry about the internal. The mind is where it's at.
Class is easy, right? What you've been doing for the last 16 years is easy. It's a fucking bullshit game. It's structured, it's easy. The world, this thing is hard. However, that contradicts what I'm gonna tell you right now, which is this is the best and easiest 5 years of your life, because this is when you need to attack what you love and what you want to do. Here's why. You don't have all the baggage. You may have college loans, respect, it's hard as shit. You may have the expectations of your parents, mentally hard, fake hard. You may have a lot of other things, but this is exactly when you can live with 4 roommates in a basement and eat fast food. This is not when you've been married and you promised. This is not when the world has sucked out all your dreams and hopes yet. You still got this window. And yet, so many of you are so hungry for short-term gains, like maximizing the job that paid you $3,000 more, but it's not as fun, but you want that $3,000. For what? For what? For a new iPhone? For what?
The biggest mistakes are the ones that actually don't show up. They're the mistakes of omission rather than commission. We've never lost that much money on any one investment, but it's the things that I knew enough to do that I didn't do.
Luck versus preparation, and do you ever get anything wrong? What do you do when you make a mistake?
I get everything wrong. It's just that I can't recall it because once it's wrong, I'm moving on to the next thing. Like dwelling on what you f***ed up on is the quickest way for the next thing not to work. You get to live life one time. And this is the time right now to understand what's actually happening and actually map your behavior to something that will impact you for the next 80 years. So promise me that you understand that the land grab of happiness starts right now, that you don't have to worry about getting that job. What you should do is go and travel and learn. Go and start that business that you've always wanted. Hook up with those 3 teammates and start that band you've always wanted. This is the time to be massively risk oriented. I just don't give a fuck about my mistakes. Everybody else cares about your mistakes. If you're worried about your own mistakes, you've already lost. I know that this is when you're supposed to grow up and go see the world. But guess what? The world isn't what mommy and daddy told you. The world is exactly going to be what it's going to be, with or without the way you thought it was going to be. A ton of shit is going to change. The world changes every goddamn day. Right now, what you need to recognize is you can afford to. If you're lucky enough to be graduating today with not a fucking idea of what you're gonna do with your future, nobody's ever been luckier than you. Please recognize it.
If you did something wrong, don't let anybody take your mistake and use it against you. Even if it's a mistake, it belongs to you. It's yours. Own it. Yes, I did it. Throw it back in their face and don't let them take your mistake. Your mistake, it's a valuable tool for growth and for life.
There's another kind of instinct that you need to be on the lookout for, and this one is a liar. This one is a saboteur. Well, this one is a backbiter. And like the devil himself, he's a shapeshifter. He's gonna disguise himself and make you think he's got your best interest in mind.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's better than to do nothing and learn nothing and not evolve.
This is the instinct that says, you've had enough. This is the instinct that says, you've given it your best shot. You can stand down. You can back off. You can take a knee. This is the instinct that says, you can rest now. Do not listen to that instinct. Do not listen. That instinct is a liar and wants to bring you down. That's the instinct that's a defense mechanism. It wants to give you an out, a place to run to. A little place of sympathy, an amnesty, a little place of amnesty where everything is forgiven, where all these failures can gather together in comfort and drown their sorrows in lies and in deception.
Your mistake is your greatest opportunity. And if somebody's making fun of you because you made a mistake, don't go down because of it. If you say, so what, to their face, if you say, yes, so what, it is my mistake, not yours. You have your own.
You had that third failure in a row. Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
And they tell each other, and they'll tell you, you did the best you could. No, they'll say the deck was stacked against you. And they'll say it's not your fault. and they'll tell you it's okay to stop. It's okay to settle. It's okay to give up. And that is the instinct you need to fight. You need to push back, to smash into the ground. Do not take the easy way out. And you need to train that instinct. Your instinct. Train it to say, get up. Go. Fight on. And if that is what you become, if that becomes your fundamental reaction to adversity, if that becomes your gut instinct, then you will overcome just about anything that stands in your path.
Will you film when no one's watching? Will you sing when no one's listening? Will you write when not one soul will read it? Because if you can, then it's yours. Will you do it in the dark when no one's there to tell you what to do or who you should be, and no one's there looking over your shoulder making sure that you actually do it? There's no one grading your homework here. You're the teacher and you're the student. So will you do it when no one cares? When there's no funding, no support, when there are no crowds and no one's there to cheer you on and pump you up, will you do it then? The greatest advice I can ever give you is that you must be successful before you can ever be successful. Meaning, whatever you want to do in this life, or whoever you want to be, you must do it before you're ever rewarded for it. Because if you can't handle that struggle, you don't deserve the comfort. See, you want to be an inspiration, but you can't influence anybody if you can't influence one person first, yourself. How are you going to be that rock to someone if you can't do it now, by yourself? You want to be relied upon? You have to make it through that mud first. See, last time I checked, it's monkey see, monkey do. Not monkey hear, monkey do. Your character is defined by what you actually do. And no action speaks louder than when you do it when no one's paying attention. When there's no accountability except to yourself, and your own word becomes your bond. You will be rewarded in public for what you spend years doing in the dark, alone, in your private time. Do you do it for Instagram, or is that genuinely who you are? Have the water bottles just lying around the car if that's who you are. Don't clean up when someone stops by the house. You can fool people some of the time, but you can't fake life. You can't bypass universal principles that this universe was created upon. All the behaviors, all of them tie together because you bring yourself into everything that you do. So how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you want to be a legend, then there has to be something different about you. It's called congruency. Will you hold the door open when you don't get a thank you? How do you treat people you don't have to be nice to? Real legends, real ones, do the right thing, especially when there's no reward. So you better earn your stripes when no one knows your name, when no one's giving you money to continue. And you better believe in yourself when no one else does. And you better believe in some moral principles long before you're under those lights. Because the war is won before it is ever fought.
Average people, they just cope through life as if it's something to get through. This is depressing, as if death is a goal. Your clock is ticking. You don't have time to get through it. My depression propelled me to greatness. Listen to this passion. This doesn't come through sitting there and being happy and okay with everything. Yes, you have to accept that things are the way that they are, but I need you to use your pain, not be used by it. How do you not understand? This was given to you for a reason, so you can grow, so you can expand. How does a muscle get built in the gym? With resistance. You need some resistance to bring out the best in you. You need some pain, some struggle, some hardship. Life was not given to you so that you could cope through it. It was given to you to thrive. We need your obsession, your all in. Not this I'll try my best bullshit. As if it's out of your hands. It is not out of your hands. Stop lying to yourself and justifying why you can stay where you are, why it's okay for you to be where you don't want to be. And stop telling yourself that you're doing the best that you can when you know that you haven't even begun to tap half of your potential. Before you've even seen what you're capable of, you're already starting to think about quitting and giving up on yourself. What is this to you? You're going to die. How can you not understand this? It doesn't last forever. For all we know, it could happen tomorrow. I challenge you to live with this in mind and see how you will do things differently. You won't cope, you'll thrive. You'll stop holding yourself back and always limiting your opportunities. I heard some people saying, isn't that extreme? Isn't it extreme to be obsessed, to go all in, to do everything you're supposed to do? You should have a plan B. Life is extreme. Sometimes you lose people. Sometimes tragedy hits you. Life is going to continue to be extreme, so get extreme with it. Don't wait for an extreme moment to wake you up. Because that's what happens if you don't wake up, if you don't start doing what you're supposed to do. Eventually life will hit you with something extreme just so that you'll wake up. Listen, you're not going to get out of your life alive, so play all in. Stop saving yourself for round two. There is no round two. This is the round. This is the time. This is your opportunity to show what you're made of. Today is your day. And now is the moment. Whatever you need to do it with your whole heart. Do it with everything, every little piece of you. Invest it, all of your energy, no holding back. What would your life look like if you went all in everything that you did? From the moment you woke up until you passed out on the bed at night. If you were so intense that nobody can keep up, you have that in you. You have that power within you. You just have to let it out. Yes, some people will call you extreme. When you bring out the best in you, when you give everything that you have in every situation, when you stop doping and walking around like a brain-dead zombie, of course you're gonna turn some heads. If you're not drawing attention to you, that is the problem. You need attention. You need people to notice you. You want the world to know that you are here. Don't live in the shadows, not even leaving a fingerprint, not even leaving a mark. The only way to actually make a dent, the only way to actually impact people is to be extreme, is to go all in, is to do everything that you can possibly do. Only then can you realize your potential. Only then can you live the life that you truly know you're capable of, that you truly want to live. And nothing less than being extreme will be enough if you want to stop coping through life and begin to thrive.